Now, over the past 24 hours, the media has been trying to dig up dirt on Jose Mario Bergoglio, now Pope Francis. Most of it centers around the Catholic Church's role in Argentina's brutal military dictatorship. And this picture is doing the rounds and is probably the best example of the misinformation out there. It purports to show Bergoglio offering communion to then dictator General Jorge Rafael Videla. Frankly, this can't be the Pope. His face, as you can see, is hidden, and even from behind, he looks old. Pope Francis would have been in his 40s at the time. But what this pictures and others tell us is that either out of faith or fear, the church as a whole was likely complicit with the military dictatorship. Some background: a series of generals ran Argentina between 1976 and 1983. More than 30,000 people simply disappeared at the time. Many more went into exile. It's worth noting that at the time, Pope Francis was the young leader of Argentina's Jesuit order and not a member of the church's hierarchy. Well, let's speak to Al Jazeera's Lucia Newman, who joins us now live from Buenos Aires. So, Lucia, how are these allegations that the Pope may have heard dirty dealings with the military dictatorship at the time being viewed in Argentina?
Foley, there's no secret that as an institution, Argentina's Catholic Church did at best turn a blind eye to the abuses that took place under the military dictatorship, and in some cases even condoned it. But as you say, the current Pope was a young and upcoming priest at the time, and so some say he could have done more to try to reduce abuses against human rights. Others say that he actually did so. But either way, here in Argentina, that's not the priority, not the past, but rather the present challenges that are facing the Catholic Church, such as the sexual abuse scandals and corruption among priests, and of course the need to promote social justice. And on those things, on those issues, this Pope gets very high marks here in Argentina.
And precisely, what's the Pope's reputation as a leader there? And now that he is at the Vatican, how do people think that will translate as a leader in Rome?
Well, that's very interesting, because he granted an interview to one of Argentina's leading print journalists shortly before he left for the Vatican for the vote that was to take place to select a new the successor of Benedict. And he said that he thought he didn't stand a chance of being elected, that he was too old, that played against him. But he did reveal what he would have done had he been elected, he said. And one of the things he talked about was the need to eradicate the corruption from the gilded palaces of the Vatican. He said also that the Vatican Bank needed to be cleaned up and made transparent immediately, and he said that everybody knew who the corrupt cardinals were in the Vatican. So clearly he plans to do some serious house cleaning now that he is in charge, as well as to promote simplicity and modesty. And he said also that he was appealing to Argentines who might be thinking of traveling to Rome for his inauguration, not to do so, but rather to use that money and donate it to the poor.
Well, he certainly has a tough task ahead of him. Lucia Newman live for us in Buenos Aires. Thank you. And you can find plenty more on the new